Sega.
Here we go! Sky's the limit! Leave it to me! Full speed ahead!
What? It's what I do!
Transformation initiated!
So upbeat, I want to beat him up. You're going home in a box!
Hey, what's up everyone? KobanRolani456 here today, giving you another news update on Sonic Lost World for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS. So, today we're going to be covering the new release trailer that was shown off at Gamescom, along with some gameplay that was released by GameSpot once again in beautiful HD. So, in the trailer, we got to see finally the new stage, Frozen Factory, but the actual Frozen Factory, not the casino stage. And then also we got to see some two-player co-op to where we see Tails controlling either, you know, like submarines or jets and stuff like that. Little remote-controlled vehicles that basically assist you in the game by, like, you know, taking out enemies, creating platforms, etc. So, you know, I kind of do wish that Tails was actually, you know, the second, you know, support player or someone like that, like a different character instead of just a remote controlled vehicle. I know that may be surprising to some people, like, oh my god, but don't you hate Tails? But I think it would actually be pretty cool, you know, to have, you know, Tails instead. But then also we got to see some of the two-player multiplayer mode, which looks very similar to the Sonic Simulator mode in Sonic Colors, to where we get to see kind of like the robotic Sonics, where, you know, there's green Sonic and red Sonic, and you just kind of like speed through the stages, kind of like the, you know, Sonic Simulator, but just this time around the actual stages instead of random, you know, stages that were created specifically for the Sonic Simulator in Colors. So that, and then we also get to see the Miiverse item sharing, to where you can share different items like shields, an electric shield, wisps, invincibility, etc. And it looks really awesome, so we get to see that speed shoes are back, you know, like the invincibility, the shields, and also we get to see a new wisp, which looks like a bomb, apparently, because as you can see, Sonic's rolling around with it, and then at random times, well, whenever you choose, I guess, he actually explodes, does a huge detonation. So I'm assuming that this is a new wisp called, like, the Bomb Wisp. And, yeah, that's basically what we got to see in the new trailer right here. Also got to see one little clip to where we got to hear a bit of the dialogue that I discussed in a previous news update, to where the purple guy, the purple Deadly Six dude, is basically saying, "You're going to home in a box." That was another cool little snippet right there. And, yeah, that was about it for the trailer. Though I did want to say that I saw something kind of interesting in the first part of the trailer. If you look and see during the kind of like cutscene, which I'm guessing is part of, just part of the opening cutscene, most likely in Sonic Lost World, you actually see Tails' ship having smoke coming out of it. Maybe this means that Sonic crash lands into the Lost World, who knows? But it just kind of seems odd that there's smoke coming out of Tails' ship on one side of the ship. Like maybe something happened to cause him to actually, you know, crash land into the Lost World right here. I don't know, that's just me. Who knows, maybe it's from the exhaust, but if it were from the exhaust, I would expect it to be coming, you know, from like both sides or something like that, or from one, like in the middle or something like that. I don't know, just something that I noticed right there. But yeah, so we got lots and lots of gameplay, you know, some, you know, beautiful HD. It just looks amazing. And we also got to see more of the aquatic stage, which was another thing I forgot to mention as well. And another thing about the trailer with the aquatic stage I noticed, did anyone else notice that Sonic is actually quite floaty underwater when he jumps from rail to rail? Like, I noticed that he looks very floaty when he switches from both rails. So I actually believe that in this stage, Sonic is actually underwater grinding on rails. It's not him, you know, like there's water underneath him. He's actually underwater grinding on rails. So I wonder if you're gonna have to, you know, catch air bubbles and stuff like that, or what you're going to have to do, because you also see bubbles, you know, flying around in the stage. So yeah, that's actually an underwater stage where Sonic is in 3D. The first time ever, actually, which is really, really awesome in my opinion. And now I'm gonna go on into the gameplay footage that was released from GameSpot. So we got to see some more Windy Hill Zone, and then also got to see Frozen Factory in action, which looks really, really gorgeous. One of the best looking stages in my opinion. And also we got to see the full stage of Silent Forest, which is another cool thing. But in Windy Hill Zone we basically got to see Act 4, to where instead of Sonic, you know, going around like a tube or something like that, he's in kind of like a half pipe, which looks actually really awesome. And then we also got to see how the asteroid wisp works, to where it, you know, collects debris. You know, it can, like, I guess, take parts of the stage and turn them into debris that increases its range, and the more debris you get, the more range you have. And also the asteroid wisp can actually go to different, you know, secret areas, which is another cool thing. Definitely add some more replay value to the game, to where you'd actually want to play the wisps, you know, to find secrets and stuff. Then also we got to see, like I said, Frozen Factory, to where we didn't see just the casino stage, we saw, you know, the actual snow stage. And right here, this was a bit of an interesting stage, a bit more, you know, actually quite different from, you know, the other stages that we've seen, to where Sonic is actually in the Snowball. And you have to navigate yourself through these stages, to where, you know, you can easily fall off the ledges, fall off the side, etc. So it actually reminds me a lot of, as you know, one of the GameSpot representatives said in the video, Super Monkey Ball. And then also, you know, some of the stages from Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is another, you know, kind of like, I don't know, I guess tie to the Galaxy series, to where, you know how Mario rolls and balls and stuff like that in certain sections. So it actually looks like it's a mix of both of those games, and it actually looks quite difficult, but I think you know, I don't think it'll be too bad for all the people who have played Super Mario Galaxy 2 and the Monkey Ball series to, you know, kind of go through. But it does, like I said, you know, look pretty difficult, and, you know, I think it's actually really cool, like how, you know, they're having for different stages, you know, different types of gameplay like that, to where, you know, there still is speed, because you can actually spin dash and all that stuff. But, you know, the gameplay, there's like variety. They mix it up to where it's not the same gameplay all the time, which I think is really awesome. And, yeah, so it looks very, very beautiful, and you should definitely check out the footage after the end of this, you know, kind of like little commentary that I'm doing. And then also we got to see some of the Silent Forest stage, where, you know, we got to see the actual full act of it. And, you know, it's nothing too, you know, like, extremely new. I mean, we got to see some new enemies and stuff like that, and, you know, different sections and all, and just see how the stage actually plays out. But one thing that I did notice was that there are a lot, I mean a lot, of classic Sonic enemies in this game. Like, we get to see the guys from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the guys from Mushroom Hill Zone that toss those mushrooms at you. We get to see, you know, those chickens that blow air at you and stuff and try to push you off in Frozen Factory and all. It's like, we see a lot of enemies from the classic Sonic games, so I don't know. I think this game, it has definitely a lot of references to the classic Sonic games, and I'm definitely not complaining at all. It looks really awesome, and it's kind of cool to actually see some of these classics, you know, enemies return in this game. And then, you know, nothing really too... Oh, also we got to see those mushrooms that, you know, kind of like have like 2 layers, to where, you know, they bounce all over the place, which is another thing from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So who knows, maybe on some stages they'll have specific enemies that return from, you know, different classic Sonic games or something like that. Just my opinion, but it looks actually really cool. Alright, so that wraps it up with this news update. So thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to drop a like and a comment if you did enjoy this video, and also make sure to subscribe if you want to see more news updates on Sonic Lost World. And also, give me your thoughts on what you think about, you know, the multiplayer gameplay that was shown off. I betcha it's not online multiplayer, but let me know what you think about the local multiplayer, the co-op multiplayer, and then also the new stages that we saw today, like the Silent Forest, because I think it looks really, really awesome. And oh, before I actually do miss it, another thing about the Frozen Factory, we actually got to see that Sonic was kind of like skating there instead of like running. He was kind of like skating on the ice, which I thought was actually a cool touch that, you know, we haven't really seen in other Sonic games. You know, we see Sonic slipping and sliding all over the place while he's running on ice instead of, you know, actually like skating. So yeah, that was another thing I actually forgot to mention, but anyway, yeah, if you all do notice anything that I do mention, that I do, you know, like miss or forget to mention in my news updates, let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts, because I know there are some people who are a lot more vigilant and, you know, notice little things that I may miss sometimes. So would love to hear what you all have to say and, you know, what you all see in the trailers, besides, you know, just hearing my thoughts. But, yeah. Wraps it up for this video, so enjoy the gameplay footage. Thanks for watching. See you all. Have a good day. Peace, Mites.
Hi, I'm Tom McShay here with Sam Mullen.
Hi.
You are the North American producer for Sonic Lost World.
That I am.
And you're going to show us the Windy Hill Zone.
Yes. So this isn't a stage that has been played too much and revealed too much on the internet, but we're going to go in and play this.
Okay.
So a lot of people have seen these stages. They often start out like with these tube stages. The one we've seen so far is like he's running outside the tube, but this particular stage he's kind of on the inside of the tube. So let's just get rolling right here.
So this game looks crazy good because it is super detailed and super colorful and bright and like impossible to take your eyes away from.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. I mean, we've gone through a lot of iteration. There's a lot of detail in the backgrounds.
Oh yeah.
Lots of stuff that the characters can do. Lots of moves. Everyone's been talking about how the parkour system, which allows Sonic to interact with his environment, jump over things, hop over obstacles and whatnot. So.
Yeah, I got a chance to play this at E3. I'm thankfully not playing now because I'm not good at it. But I noticed that it's totally the mentality of Sonic, like the original 2D Sonics on the Genesis, but like you guys figure out a way to make it work in 3D with like the same speed and the same like rhythm and timing involved. It's a pretty cool way it works.
I try to get a little bit too fancy there, trying to spin it. So there are these red sheep that charge at you. And they try to knock off the stage, and when you're talking to people and trying to play the game at the same time, it's like they'll get you. If you're not careful.
This is a game that's really easy to look bad in a hurry.
Let's give it. Yeah, look how these things hit those sheep and they'll bounce me into the spikes, which will get you in trouble for sure. Stay away from me. It's these guys right here, man. Every single time. You know, like, just take your time getting there, you know, you're yourself in trouble.
Okay, now this is just pure 2D.
Yeah, so now this is classic sort of 2D gameplay. So with the parkour system, there's a lot of new things that Sonic can do, like climb up, jump up on ledges, climb up on walls. We also have these animals that you can release throughout the stages. Those have to do with unlocks later in the game that you have to be careful with, or you have to, you know, collect enough animals, but you know, when you play the game. So like, it's like some of his new moves are these moves where he can like hop over stuff like that. So some of the there's some interesting kind of like sort of secret tricks you can do. Like for example here, if you press the RZ while he's in that move, he'll do like a little dashboard like that.
Oh, that's
it kind of keeps the momentum going. So lots of little hidden stuff in there that's not necessarily sort of spoken about in tutorials or whatnot. We have lots of little secrets and stuff for the players to figure out.
It's something that's going to make the YouTube speedrunners just giddy trying to maximize.
Yeah.
It almost has like a Mirror's Edge type vibe with that.
Exactly. Yeah. And some of it's a lot of it's like very style. There's like certain things don't necessarily make you go faster, but sometimes they just look cool. So for the people who are doing the speed runs and they want to add a little pizzazz into their runs, and that's kind of how some of that stuff will come into play.
Cool. Are you gonna show us some of that pizzazz?
Well,
Or are you just focusing on not
I'm
dying
trying.
at this
You
point?
got me talking and playing at the same time, so.
Which is very difficult to do.
Yeah. This stuff right here. So yeah, Sonic is playing with the gravity and whatnot. So these things were on the floor earlier, but now they got to worry about them hitting you in the head. You know, so there's a lot of really interesting level design. That just when we took away the restriction that the gravity has to always be down. And up is up and down is down. Once we took away that design restriction, it allowed us to really explore what the different different kind of stage designs that we could come up with.
So was the intent behind the development of this like we want to go back to the original game but with a modern twist to everything?
I don't think that's. It's more about the fact that Sonic's all about innovation, all about moving forward. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of history. There's a lot of stuff that Sonic has just associated with him, and it's all about bridging that gap and trying to keep it fresh and new, but also delivering on something that people can relate to. So
Yeah.
Right here we have one of the new color powers. This is the asteroid color power. It's controlled with the gamepad, so you can't really see how I control it, but it's really not grabbing footage that way. But basically, you do that to control the character, and
Oh wow.
Sonic can basically grab up all this stuff, and then you can access these secret zones and try to get these. See if I can do this without getting myself killed. So close.
You gotta get that.
I don't think I have enough. So basically, the more debris you get,
Yeah.
the better. The basically, the higher you can jump, the more
Yeah.
stuff you can do. So I did a poor job of doing it at that time. So maybe on the next time.
So the colors powers from Sonic Colors are returning in this with new ones too.
Yes,
right?
exactly. There's a couple returning ones, and we have brand new ones as well.
Okay. It's crazy to think how this franchise has changed, like after playing it in 1989 or 1990 on my Genesis. 'cause
Exactly. I
it's-
mean, it's still didn't quite get through that, but
Yeah.
I mean, the last game, Sonic Generations, is all about taking sort of the best of breed, the best of Sonic, and putting it all into one nice little neat package.
Yeah.
But this one is, we always Sonic's all about trying new things and trying to do new stuff. So and Lost World, that's really where we went with this game.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can actually do this time.
So I know we're not showing it today, but is the 3DS version completely different game based on this, or a central port?
It's not. It's got its own. The team that worked on it is different, so it's sort of like a different interpretation of the same game design.
Okay.
So thematically, story is the same. Graphically, are like the graphic themes, the stage design, the stage looks and feel are the same, but it plays extremely different. There's still parkour. There's still all the similar base moves, but it's just sort of a different interpretation.
Okay.
Of
Does it still have the running into the screen levels?
Yes, so it's actually the first Sonic game on a handheld console that actually has full 3D. All the other Sonic games to date have all been side-scrolling 2D games, but that one actually has forward-running 3D as well.
That has to look incredible when you flip the 3D on.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, and the asteroid color power that I just showed you earlier, that's in there as well. So and all the spinning little bits around it look really amazing in 3D. Actually, every time I play it, I'm always like, God, that looks so great.
So do you want to do one more level?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try another one.
Do you want to do the really hard one, a snow one?
Let's do one. Let's change things up. I'll show you one of the other. So there's a lot of variety in this game. Some of the things we try to do is here's an example of sort of the up until now we've showed you guys the one where he's running through the honeycomb stage, which is sort of a rail on sort of not want to say on rails, but sort of forward-facing speed running kind of thing. This is another stage that has sort of a different style of gameplay. Basically, you roll around and pick up your rings on this sort of.
And the music is so great in this level.
Yeah.
So different too.
Let's see. There's a platform over here somewhere.
Oh my god. This is pretty nuts. So you're just becoming a huge snowball?
Yeah, a huge snowball. It's kind of like, and there's a lot, it's all slippery, and you're gonna have to try to avoid
didn't
falling
get
off.
you gotta get them all in the hole.
Yeah, well, it's not easy. It's not easy.
No, it's well, you don't want the 8-ball. You don't want that one in. That's bad luck.
Well, let's say it's supposed to go in last.
That's true. So do you still control this with the stick, or are you tilting? To
Oh,
move it?
it's still stick.
Okay.
And it doesn't. It's already pretty. There's a lot. The snowball has a lot of play in it, so at later parts of the stage you kind of have to be careful. So you need the precision that the stick gives you.
Yeah, it almost has like a Super Monkey Ball vibe.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it does kind of feel like that.
Yeah, which is like way different than what we just saw. So I guess there's the
bombs.
Oh my God!
It's tricky. It's a tough stage.
This is
It's a
tough.
stage. So this is later in the game. This is after you're easily way past the halfway point. So things are supposed to be getting tough at this point.
So do any of Sonic's friends, are they playable at all? Do they make an appearance?
Sonic is the only playable character, but some of his Amy, Tails, and Knuckles, they all make appearance in the story.
Okay.
So the friends do make an appearance. Okay, these bombs, man. Every single time, you look up for the bombs.
Oh God! Oh God! This looks really tough.
It is tough, man. It is tough.
That crab also, he's just sitting in the middle there with his claws.
All right, bombs. Out of my way.
Oh, nice one.
But, yeah, there you go. I mean, lots of variety. That was definitely one of the things we were going for. So going for in this game is a massive variety of gameplay.
And the visuals are just really impressive. I guess, that might be one of the advantages of being exclusive to the Wii U, is you can just kind of focus.
Absolutely, yeah. That's definitely one of the things that was really great about not having to work cross platforms and kind of having to make sure everything worked the same on all the platforms.
Yeah.
We were able to focus and really bring out the best of the hardware that we were able to focus on.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have lots of classic references. These are enemies from past Sonic games. So, like you were saying earlier, that we're trying to keep it so like classic Sonic fans have things to relate to, but at the same time, bring new types of Sonic gameplay and keep Sonic fresh the whole time.
Yeah, Sonic does do a good job of reinventing itself every iteration, basically.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
it's you always want to kind of be pushing the envelope forward. You don't want to be treading too much water.
Yeah. Like the adventure games they feel so different than like Extreme and Colors and Generations. So it is a franchise. I don't know if it always gets enough credit for changing as much as it does. Oh my God! This is like.
I should not have jumped there. That was totally my fault.
You were also really greedy. That speed, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, I didn't need to do that.
That's a very sarcastic thanks for playing.
I was trying to show off, but I needed not to show off. So let me show you guys one more stage that has not been really.
What I think is the best looking of the stages, because it is just.
There's a lot
like a cacophony of colors.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So
there's a lot going on.
This is another example of a tube stage, similar to the Windy Hill stage that.
But now you're outside the tube.
Yeah, but now we're outside the tube. So.
Oh my God! The music again.
So again, this is sort of a later stage in the game. For people who maybe worried that the game would not be challenging, trust me, that is not the case.
God. So is this moving at 60 frames?
Yes, this game.
It's just.
So that's something. One of the things that we focused on this game this time around. We wanted to make sure that we had the game running at 60 frames, because that's what makes it when it's running at that frame rate, you can really feel the speed.
Yeah.
You know, which is honestly what Sonic's all about. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can just see how smooth it is even when you're transitioning between these different parts of the level. It's silky smooth all the time. God.
These things get into trouble every single time. So trying to avoid the mud here because the mud is dangerous.
Of course, he's a very clean hedgehog. So is the pre-order bonus going to be Dramamine, or is that going to?
We talked about doing that, but that idea got shot down. So.
The FDA probably wasn't too keen
they're
on
not too
packing
good.
drugs with vets.
Oh, come on.
People are frantically Googling what Dramamine means now. It's just some motion sickness drug. But yeah, there's just not many games that move like with this speed and this kind of
that kind of thing. But
yeah.
I mean, one thing is kind of important about some people are worried about like since the stages spin and all that, it can be dizzying. It's kind of like driving when you're the one holding the controller. It's like not quite as disorienting at all. So,
yeah, that's a pretty good analogy.
But watching someone else, it can feel really disorienting.
Well, that's kind of how I feel when I watch people play even like first-person games. It's not how I would move, and it feels different.
Exactly.
But I mean, this isn't actually giving me any kind of like vertigo or anything. It's just like.
So here for these enemies, right? So one of the new things in the game is Sonic has the kick attack, which is required to defeat these enemies. So I have to basically kick them first to knock them off their little thing, and then I can hit them with the classic homing attack to defeat them.
Man, spiders are the worst.
Oop. Did not have a lock on. Follow me to the flower, my friendly butterfly friends. Open the way forward. So part of the kind of new parkour stuff going on there. I'm taking the high route, because as we all know, with low routes in Sonic games, can be very dangerous. The high route is a little bit more rewarding. I've got all the animal capsules here, but I've got all these things attacking me. So I'm trying to stay off the ground because there's all the muck down there. But here we go. Things get kind of serious.
There's a good mix in this level between like the slow, precise stuff and then like the stuff where you just are moving full blast.
Yeah. I remember there was just that last section. We were still when the game was like an early beta and we were kind of like tuning it or whatever. That last section was like they had some really funny stuff going on there. I was like, guys, seriously, come on.
Funny as in super difficult.
Yeah, it was just like it was pretty tricky, but it's really fun to play now.
Yeah, cool. Do you want to show the last one, or because we got time? We'll just do the last one.
Let's do the last one.
You seem like you're on your game now. So.
Yeah, now I've locked on.
Now you've locked in.
Yeah, locked in. Had to get warmed up. So this is the casino stage.
Is it not actually Frozen Factory then?
Oh no, it's in the Frozen Factory world.
Okay.
So all the stages have these overarching themes, but just because something's in just because the zone is in the Frozen Factory area, doesn't necessarily mean that they're all Frozen themed or whatnot. It's just that's just sort of the overarching theme of or the name of the world as it were. But we have sub areas within these areas. So this one's it's the classic casino stage. There's a couple extra things going on here. We can collect these little silver coins, which you can put into slot machines later. Not slot machines, sorry, but they're like. You can collect enough, and you can get like a bonus at the end of the stone. So right there, I used the kick attack to kick the one enemy into the other enemy that had the shield. So that's another bonus of.
Well, normally, how would you have killed that shield enemy if you don't kick someone into him?
It's really difficult. You have to like basically hit him. You have to hit him when his shield's in a certain way, and it's always easier to just punt an enemy into him. So.
Okay, cool.
So now we got this Our little classic pinball thing going on here.
Little Sonic spinball.
Come on.
Are there a bunch of different boards in this?
You mean pinball stages?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think there's this one and there's the later one.
Okay, cool. It's always nice having a little pinball break.
Come on, get up there. There you go.
I would have died like 4 times by now, by the way. You're much better than I am at pinball. Can you tilt by shaking the controller?
Yeah, there's a button for that.
Okay.
Press the X button to tilt it. This TV has a little bit of screen lag on it, which makes it kind of hard to react to. Okay, so. So we get back to the area. So there's so often there's a lot of sections of the game where you have to use your parkour moves to get access to other areas. So this is a great example of here where basically you can run up this wall. And there's a spring up there that you can hit. You can come in contact with the right angle.
That's not easy to do.
It's not easy to do. That should be right.
Are you able to gain height once you're on the wall?
So once you're on the wall, you can hit the spin dash button to give yourself a little boost.
Okay.
So you can only do it once per kind of action. So you have to kind of know what the timing is for each particular area that you're in, when the optimal time to spin dash is. But yeah, that's how you keep your momentum going while on the walls. I missed him.
Ah, he turned his back on you.
Yeah, now he's gonna be hard to get. So.
Ah, jeez. He's well trained in that field. Yeah. The sound went out on our TV, but that's not going to affect the recording, I hope.
Looks like it wants me to talk to it.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was.
TVs are the future, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry.
It was like Siri on our TV.
I cannot do that for you. I can't do that, Dave.
Yeah. God. Yeah, Sonic has always been great at changing the camera angles at the perfect time, so you fully appreciate all the crazy stuff that's going on.
Oh, it went away.
Does that mean you couldn't access the?
You didn't give me the bonus or whatever,
Ah.
because that was just 1 coin away from that. From getting it.
Whew. You breezed through that one. You're on a roll now.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's the 4 stages that are being shown at Gamescom.
Yep, that's it.
Awesome.
That's what we got for you guys.
Well, thank you very much for showing us how to play this game, what to expect. So it's Wii U exclusive.
Wii
U
3DS, yes. That's correct.
When's it coming out?
Comes out October 22nd.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, guy.